Gucci charge gonna be, wait, was a Gucci charge here in this duels before? I think he's been around these blocks more than once. Got himself full burst versus a Rick off the bat. We got ourselves one of the strongest dueling classes out here versus Gucci, trying to find a way he can deal with the demons. Is gonna go cleaving some heals off of these things as best as possible, as Rick trying to see if he can get himself out of the way into Axos, into a fear. Zerker rage a little bit late. Trying to see if he catch up. The Doom Guard ain't gonna feel good at all though for Rick. Right now he gotta find a way to position Gucci in front of all these pets. Parry up right now is taking quite a significant bit of damage. It's probably good for him to go for a parry. Trying to go for a kick on a Rick. There's gonna be a soul cleaving out his body. Man is a lot smaller than those normally are. Into a charge, but wasn't able to intercept Rick all the way through. Second charge to catch up. He's able to actually close that gap. Looking to stay on top, but look at that glide ability, man. Hamstrings won't stop this guy at all. He just continues to glide again and again and again to escape. Gucci is going to be a full-on tyrant. Gucci looking for a little bit of line of sight. He doesn't really have a way to stop these demons, and that's going to be an overload joining in as well. All he can do is try to limit the line of sight of Rick, as well as some of the imps, but he's taking damage. Taking a significant bits of damage. Maybe he can go for fear on all the pets. Try to go for a kick. Does land it, but his health is not looking that good unless he can maybe slay one of the demons. And it looks like he's trying to go for a blade, but I think it might just be lights for him. It is lights. I don't know if he's able to get any damage from around the pillar or anything, or if it was literally just demons taking him out all the way through. Beryl is going to be up next. This time it's a BM Hunter. Setting out the pet stun onto Rick is going to go for a Dark Pact. He got himself the Doom Guard for a short bit of time still. But for Beryl, trying to see if he can maximize all his pets onto Rick. He is going to go for Dark Pact. You really do need to get over there to get that line of sight onto Rick to get those kill commands flowing, if you want to really maximize all your pet damage. For BM, you really do need line of sight, it feels like, compared to a Mem. Like, a Mem does also need line of sight, but like Wally lets you hit behind the pillar. You would think the Beryl, and for BM Hunters, would just give him ability to kill command from behind the pillar. But I don't think you can. I would think maybe at some point you could, but I don't think you can nowadays, right? I feel like for PvE you can in some cases though. Or am I wrong about that, chat? Rick trying to see if he can summon up another RB yet again. Beryl super low, but he's still continuing to try to see if he can fight through the pain as Rick just continued to get the pets in, using the pets of Beryl to then summon up more demons and then reorient them back to Beryl until an Overlord comes in, chopping him down, taking him out. Really? That is the character? Strange Bum? Holy. You had the rogue named Gabe the other day. So you got yourself definitely a hell of a theme going on with your all. At least it's all thematic, right? At least it's all kind of related in a way. Even though they all feel like they're cousins from Virginia, at least they're all kind of related. Stretch trying to see if he can fight through the damage. It's going to leap towards Rick. Rick got himself a tired summon, trying to see if he can maximize the pet damage. Wall is out for Stretch. I don't know if he's got a bunch of pets in. He doesn't have demon doggos. I don't know where the Felguard is. Probably somewhere in that pile of demons. Unless it's dead for some reason. Rick might need to be a little bit more careful here. Is that Felguard? I see him right in. Why does it look so small? Why does the Felguard look so tiny? He's almost like the height of Stretch, but not quite. Just like, it was kind of tiny looking compared to these other demons, I guess, maybe. Knockback on all those pets, stun right after. As Stretch trying to see if he can get himself out of dodge. Does drop totems. It's going to be Bulwark. He's not going to have too many more ways for him to add a little bit extra protection and defense for himself. We are at the 4-minute mark with the 17% dampener rolling in. More pets charging out. Rick trying to see if he can stay away. It's going to be a burrow for a second. Offensive burrow trying to see if he can get some damage. But he's using a burrow to go for a fear and then a glide away. Chaos Mother might just do him in with an axe toss. Does end up taking him out. So far, Rick has had himself a hell of a run. But who is going to be next? We'll try to see if it can shut him down and stop him. Well, let's see. Hey, buddy, you'll have to see BM get him melted. I feel like if you play solos enough, then yes. Yeah, because BMs are everywhere in solos in particular. Definitely, they are everywhere. And at some point, it became like the most popular raid DPS. I think in like, was it early War Within or Dragonflight? At some point, when it's one of the seasons where they had solos. So definitely this expansion or last expansion, but they were literally everywhere. So I could totally see it. I can totally see somebody that's like, all right, you know what? I've seen too many of these guys. It's kind of just nice, cathartic. Seeing the BM Hunter just getting blasted. Although I think Beryl, I don't really know if like BM in duels in particular can do well. We definitely see him do well before, but I just don't know if they are like set up for it. Cobra is taking loads of damage from these pets. It's gonna get one bolt onto Rick, summoning up a Infernal on top of it, catching up with a little bit of heal of Warlock Hellstone. But he's really running out of defenses. He's only got a wall to work with, but he's really limited on the tools that he has to work with. But Rick is looking very healthy, sporting exactly the same defenses as Corbin. So if anything, at least he can match him while continuing to just plunge a bunch of damage into him. The Pit Lord is in, but he's just going to attack some of the demons of Rick, and Rick is just going to back up out of there. You got that Overfiend join in, potentially could be a ton of damage, but he's just not going to be able to do much. Stun around the corner, but the Axe Toss are traded. Cobra rushing in with a Mortal Coil Fear setup. That's the opportunity to finally get some damage, bud. He's going to go for a Fear off of that Chaos Bolt. Second Bolt right after does connect with the Reflect out. Rick cannot really do much about it. It's going to go for a full Tyrant play, I think. No. Not Tyrant. Overlord? Into a Fear. He doesn't have a lot of health to work with. Hold on. Rick might be in a bit of trouble. Now comes the Tyrant. He just got to find a way to live. He just needs to live. I don't think he will be able to. Warlock has to last second. Whatever help he catch up is going to be huge. Trying to go for Insta. Does take down Cobra, but it's going to be Blackie immediately shutting him down as soon as the Warlock goes down. Not going to let Rick continue the onslaught. Not going to give him even a second to recover his breath. With Sadawa going to be up next. Black is survival. He's going to go for the kiting play. Got himself a bit of the coordinator. So mad hit onto Sado with a disarm as he goes in for a stun. Silence onto Blackie. Blackie is going to take a lot of damage from Reverse Switcher. Plus this obliterates. It is not going to feel good at all. Try to see if he can back up out of there. But Grips are going to get back in. Turtle Shell to follow. He's just not in a great situation right now. He does get himself an immunity. Definitely needs to get himself out of there. Needs to catch up whatever heals he can. I don't know if he can do it against a Death Knight. He does have some death packs, so he's at least got a little bit of health to work with. Not a lot. But Blackie does end up taking him out before the death pack comes through. Sitting down in a freezing trap immediately. I don't know if you got a heal. At the 35% dampening, at least you can get some healing. 36. Looks like Leo is going to be next. And Leo most likely is going to give you that honorable match, which is great to see. 11-1, yes, I think so. Yeah, most likely. Most likely. Yeah, BM hunters were at some point literally everywhere. It's just in 1v1s they've always been a little bit tougher to make work. I was gonna say, is there a way for Team 2 to heal Blackie? I don't think so, right? So it's really up to you to get another camo or food maybe? Excel. Wait. Question. Can you use that recuperate ability in arenas right now? Is that allowed? I don't know. Probably like in twos and solos you can't. Like it doesn't seem to work in those certain instances. But in a war mode, this is like a war game. Or rather, not war mode. War game. Does it let you? That'd be the best, honestly. You know what I mean? Like if you're completely out of combat, first aid. No, not first aid. There's a new ability they added in the general tree of your spellbook that literally throws down a campfire and lets you cook up food and lets you recuperate your health. Check it real quick. Not first aid. It's an extra new ability that everybody gotten. I don't think we've ever tried to use it as here. Check it real quickly. That's gonna be the best time. You know what? You're waiting for Blackie to get a reset anyway. So check your spellbook real quick. It should look like a leaf icon. You'll see a new icon. It should be a leaf. If it doesn't show up, then I guess it's just disabled for PvP. But I'm wondering in war games, like maybe? Just because this isn't like rated or anything, so maybe here you'll be able to. I feel like if anything, that should be allowed though. You know what I mean? Because it's like, this allows for a proper honorable match. Somebody can just recover a bunch of food. The other person, if you want to deny him that honorable duel, you just rush him. It's going to be Leo immediately setting up on Blackie. He does have 10 seconds on Turtle. Unless he can escape the DK, he does go for the scatter. Body shot right after. It's going to get the binding. 10 seconds on Turtle. Oh, Leo was not going to let him out at all. Unfortunate. Rick does pick up 3. I'm pretty sure Rick picked up 4, right? Or did somebody leave as they died? I'm pretty sure Rick picked up 4 there, didn't he? I need to go back and look at the footage. I'm pretty sure he got 4. Maybe I'm wrong. Alrighty, let's go. This is another one going.